Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first round here in the Wisco Beer Bracket Series in 2024 on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And we've got a good friend with us today. You want to introduce?
Yeah, so we got Paul here with Milwaukee Pubs and Grubs. He's Milwaukee Pubs and Grubs. He's going to be one of our guest judges today. You want to introduce yourself?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, Milwaukee Pubs and Grub on Instagram. Check us out. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome to the channel. We've got 4 Wisconsin beers here today from 4 different breweries. They're going to be rocking through the Lambeau Field quadrant of this bracket. Now, we've got a pretty IPA-heavy quadrant here. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. I'm excited to see where this kind of ends up. So let's dive right in to the first matchup. So the very first beer we've got is from 1840. This is the Cashmere Sweater Double IPA. Comes in at 8% ABV.
What's actually cool about this is the first canned beer from 1840. So when we asked about like which one do you want for the bracket, they really want us to give this because it's the first one they've ever canned. Pretty cool that they're finally not finally, they are canning now, and this is the first one. So
hence my confusion.
Yeah,
and not knowing what brewery that was. All right, well, let's get a little nose on the first glass here. Cup, plastic,
whatever.
See what we got.
I mean, definitely citrusy. I think that's probably Citra IPA and everything. Or IPA, Citra hops. And that's the big thing that's coming off.
Always been a big fan of 1840 and their beers. Love Seinfeld, so I love the Cashmere Sweater reference.
Mm-hmm. So. It's got a nice hop character on the nose.
Doesn't have that bitterness coming through. It's just more of the citrus is really strong.
Definitely more of like a plant hop characteristic on the nose. It smells good, though. I'm not getting a ton of citrus, but you can kind of tell that it's there behind the nose. Mm-hmm. Let's try this out.
Cheers. Cheers.
I mean, really smooth. Super smooth. Subtle, I would say, actually, too. It's not a ton of flavor, but it's there. It's really, it's subtle.
It's not super bitter. Definitely not bitter.
bitter.
It's creamy. It's got a nice creaminess to it. But I would say, it's not like bursting with hop flavor or anything like that. It's a pretty tame double IPA, to be fair.
I feel like with the mouthfeel, you can see why they would name it Cashmere Sweater. It's like silky, it's smooth. Yeah. Soft in the mouth,
Well played,
good observation.
Yes. Good observation. Love the way you described that. No. That's a good IPA. Good way to kick this thing off. So Ross, what is that going up against here?
So this one's going up against Third Space Imperial IPA. This is Infinite Wisdom. It comes in, I don't think we looked, it's on there, 9%. So 2 bigger beers right off the bat. But this is their Imperial IPA that they want us to do. They're pretty excited about it, so let's go a nose on it.
You can tell right off the bat just looking at that. A lot closer to a traditional IPA look, a little bit cleaner than you got from the Cashmere Sweater. So, to the nose.
To be honest, I'm not getting much on the nose.
It's got a much lighter nose.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not picking up as much for sure.
I'm getting a little more malt character, I think, on the nose than I am hops. If you really dig in there, you get a little bit more of the bitterness, but it's more malt forward, which you get sometimes out of these doubles. So let's check this thing out.
Cheers. Cheers.
So much more bitterness coming through on this one. Fuller mouthfeel, a little more, for lack of a term, viscous compared to what we have with the Cashmere Sweater, but much closer to what I think of like a traditional IPA in this.
Yeah, it's got a little more like bite to it, a little kick,
Yeah, it's a lot brighter. Like it's cleaner. It drinks cleaner. It's not as creamy. You feel the impact of the carbonation on this, I think, a little bit more too, plus the bitterness of the hops. It's just definitely a more hop-forward IPA than what you got out of the Cashmere Sweater.
Yeah. 2 very different IPAs, which is pretty cool. All right.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, who wants to start off? You want to start off?
I'll kick us off. Both very good beers. Strongly recommend both, but I am actually going to go with Third Space. It's just more my style. I like the bitterness coming through. I like the more traditional style, so I'm going Third Space.
Paul?
I was going into this expecting that I was going to go with Cashmere Sweater. I love 1840, and I've never tried Infinite Wisdom before. I like Third Space a lot, but I think I am going to go with Third Space also.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
My don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry, yeah.
To be fair, I was kind of leaning towards Cashmere Sweater. I really like what Third Space put out. I think that's a really good IPA, but if I was going to drink one of these, like, casually, I think I kind of like the creamy mouthfeel and the way that they put together Cashmere Sweater. Doesn't mean either of them are bad, but the one that I wasn't going to choose one anyways. So, let's dive forward here in the bracket.
All right.
What do we got next?
So next we got out of Titletown Brewing, we have it's just called Blizzard Bay Cold IPA. So cold IPA is something that really started coming through last year and a half. I think we started seeing more and more of them. Mm-hmm. This one, I got to meet actually the sales rep with Titletown. Really good guy. He gave me this one to try when we went for the show. I like cold IPA, so I'm actually pretty excited for this one.
Yeah. And Titletown, their cold IPA, Blizzard Bay, in the Lambeau Field bracket.
Yeah.
How perfect.
It's fitting.
So,
check this out. Very clean.
Yeah.
Similar to what Third Space put out. A little darker. To the nose. Ooh.
Ironically enough, this one to me is kind of somewhere in between what we just had. It's got the bitterness coming through, but it's also got a little bit of citrus as well.
Yeah, unique hop nose on there, a little more danky, kind of plant-forward hops. Malt character coming through.
Yeah.
Smells really good.
Yeah, it does.
Let's check this thing out.
All right. Cheers.
Blizzard Bay.
Cheers.
So, definitely it's got that hoppiness you get, but it's not over the bitter, but the cold IPA has a bit of a lager feel to it. I think it's something with the yeast they use. I've been told multiple times, I keep forgetting.
Fermentation, how it's fermented.
And I really like the way it is. It's almost like an IPL in a lot of ways, an Imperial Lager.
Mm-hmm.
Or an Indian Pale Lager. I can't talk.
You can't. It's the first video of the
day. I like this one. It's got just enough kind of citrus to it as well to kind of add a little bit to it.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely an earthier style IPA. Like, it just feels a little bit earthier. It's got a little more darker malt kind of tone underneath it. I like it. It's tasty.
Yeah, I definitely dig this one.
It's very good. All right.
That smells good.
Well, the odd beer out is coming from, what brewery is it? Foxtown, thank you. This is the Czech Dark Lager, right?
Yep, that 5 petals.
5 petals from Foxtown. So this one is going to be a standout from these 3 IPAs that we just drank. So as you can tell, looks a lot different. Let's get a little nose here on the Czech Dark Lager from Foxtown.
Oh, jeez. It's just right off the bat, just that roastiness and everything coming through.
Mm-hmm. Coffee.
Yeah. Definitely coffee. Yeah, it's immediate first smell.
Big time dark malt coffee. It smells amazing.
Yeah.
Almost unfairly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's check this out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
totally different than all the other ones.
Yeah. Good roastiness. It's similar to like a porter, but much lighter, much more smooth. The roastiness on this one, that smokiness is really good.
Yeah, almost porter-esque in the way that this thing finishes. Definitely coffee, dark malt, smoky. It's a very, very tasty beer. And a little, again, like I said, a little bit unfairly, barley, a little bit unfairly in comparison to these IPAs. Like, it's just a totally different flavor profile.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you've got a really solid cold IPA from Titletown and this Czech Dark Lager from Foxtown. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going Foxtown. I like that. That is definitely my style of beer, and a tasty one. I think they're both really good, and Titletown was solid, but I'm going Czech Dark Lager for Foxtown. 5 petals.
Paul?
Then this is going to come down to you, Ross, because I'm going to go with Titletown. I really like that Blizzard Bay cold IPA. That smell, the taste of it, it was great. This one I like a lot too. I do love this one. I love Foxtown, and it's different than all the other ones we've tried. But I'm gonna vote for the Titletown this time.
This matchup's tough because I love both these beers. I think they're great. I really like Holy IPAs. I really like Czech Dark Lagers. It comes down to just a preference thing. I'm going with Foxtown, the Czech Dark Lager. I like that roastiness. I like that smokiness coming through. The Titletown one's really good though. Like that one, unfortunately, is.
All three of these IPAs are really solid.
Yeah, this was a really good bracket.
It's a tough corner to be in.
So now we're down to Foxtown up against Third Space Infinite Wisdom. So why don't we get a quick taste of each, and then we'll make our vote.
This one, right? It's funny. Well, these four, this is the one to the nose. It does not have as much of a smell as the others. But then I still voted for this one.
Yeah,
agreed.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to start because you know where I'm going already. I didn't pick Third Space in the first half of this bracket. I think Titletown's IPA was a little better than Third Space's as well. I'm going Foxtown Czech Dark Lager out of this corner for me.
I'm also going to go with Foxtown. So it's definitely different, and I enjoy it more than the Infinite Wisdom. But yeah, they're all really good. It's a tough decision. I'll go with that one.
Make it a clean sweep. I'm going Foxtown as well. I think it's a really good beer. I think it's scaled up against all the IPAs, which is pretty cool. This is a really good bracket, but I think Foxtown is the clear winner for us. So
Foxtown 5 Pedals screaming out of the Lambeau Field corner of the bracket here in round one. So we'll see that beer again in the finale. I can't say I'm super surprised just with the differentiator here, but it had to be a good beer to topple those IPAs too. So well done, Foxtown, in this corner. Hey, this is fun. We've got the Fiserv Forum bracket coming up for you tomorrow. So stick around. A lot more beer to drink, a lot more basketball for all of you to enjoy, and we'll see all of you tomorrow.
thanks, everyone. Thanks, Paul, for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.